Hey, good evening, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Hope you're doing well. I hope that you're not snowed in. I hope that you're staying safe and don't have to get out and do too much in this weather. If you're having the weather, I know here around where I live that we probably got about 3 to 5, maybe a little more inches of snow with quite a bit of ice underneath of it, and it's been pretty slick trying to get around today. I still had to go into work and work today, and I know a lot of businesses were closed and a lot of places were shut down today. But for those of you that had to get out, I hope you're safe. I hope that you know that you were able to get the work done that you needed to get done, and I'm thankful for all the street workers and those that are out plowing and sanding and trying to get the streets cleared off the best that they can for our first responders and emergency personnel that are trying to do the best they can as well. So around here, if you live around here, stay off the roads. They're bad. I was out around 4:30 coming home from work today, and the roads were just horrible. So just stay off of them unless you absolutely have to get out. I know that we're still under a red travel status here, so we shouldn't be on the roads unless we absolutely have to anyway. So, hey, tonight we're looking at Psalms 10, and we're going to jump into that and just see where it goes. So, starting with verse 1, Psalms 10. O Lord, why do you stand so far away? Why do you hide when I am in trouble? The wicked arrogantly hunt down the poor. Let them be caught in the evil they plan for others. For they brag about their evil desires. They praise the greedy and curse the Lord. The wicked are too proud to seek God. They seem to think that God is dead, yet they succeed in everything they do. They do not see your punishment awaiting them. They sneer at their enemies. They think nothing bad will ever happen to us. We will be free of trouble forever. Their mouths are full of cursing, lies, and threats. Trouble and evil are on the tips of their tongues. They lurk in ambush in the villages, waiting to murder innocent people. They're always searching for their helpless victims. Like lions crouched in hiding, they wait to pounce on the helpless. Like hunters, they capture the helpless and drag them away in nets. Their helpless victims are crushed. They fall beneath the strength of the wicked. The wicked think God isn't watching us. He has closed his eyes and won't even see what we do. Arise, O Lord, punish the wicked, O God. Do not ignore the helpless. Why do they get away with despising God? They think God will never call us to an account. But you see the trouble and grief they cause. You take note of it and punish them. The helpless put their trust in you. You defend the orphans. Break the arms of these wicked, evil people. Go after them until the last one is destroyed. The Lord is king forever. The godless nations will vanish from the land. Lord, you know the hopes of the helpless. Surely you will hear their cries of comfort and comfort them. You will bring justice to the orphans and the oppressed, so mere people can no longer terrify them. And that's Psalms 10. And if we look at Enduring Word for commentary, it says that it says Psalms 10 from times of trouble to calm confidence. And I like how that in the beginning there is like this, it just seems like there's just trouble. They're in a valley. They're walking through a season or just a lot of things are going on. But by the end, there is this confidence and coolness, and they know that God is who he says he is, and he will punish the wicked and pull them through this time that they're going through. And it says, because this psalm has no title in the midst of several psalms that do, and because it shares some similar themes with Psalm 9, some have thought that it was originally the second half of Psalms 9. There is no reason to doubt this. There is more reasons to doubt this than to believe it, though. This psalm rightly stands on its own as a psalm of lament and seen prosperity of wicked, but ultimate confidence in the judgments of God. And I think that's pretty powerful and pretty prevalent as we read through this psalm, how it starts out in questioning the wickedness, but then ends up with the confidence at the end of it. And one of the other things I like here is what it says here is there's a quote by Charles Spurgeon. It says, there is not, in my judgment, a psalm which describes the mind, the manners, the work, the words, the feelings, and the fate of the ungodly with so much propriety, fullness, and light as this psalm. I think that if you look at verse 1, I'll just go through a couple of these here real quick. If you look at verse 1, it says, why do you stand so far off? Here the psalmist asks a question well known to those who follow God. The concern, the anxiety over the seeming inactivity of God. The psalmist felt that God was far off and did even hide in times of trouble. And in the next verse, it says, the wicked in his pride persecutes the poor. This explains why the psalmist was so troubled by the seeming inactivity of God. He sees the wicked, proud man who not only persecutes the poor and approves other sinners, blesses the greedy, but also sins against God, renounces the Lord, does not seek God, and God is in none of his thoughts. And I think if you go on down and then we look at like the end of the chapter there, the psalmist simply call upon God to take action. Lord, this wicked man finds comfort in the idea that you won't do anything against him. Arise, O Lord, lift up your head against the wicked man. The psalmist answered his own question in the next lines. The wicked renounce God because they say in their heart that God will not require an account. And then they're asking for God's help in the view of his kindness and to the helpless. But you have seen before you observe trouble and grief. Upon further reflection, the psalmist recognizes that God has indeed seen, because he sees and cares about the trouble and grief of the poor and the helpless. Here is the confidence of the psalmist in God's judgment. He most certainly will repay the wicked for their sins. God will indeed answer the helpless and be the helper to the fatherless. And I think that's a pretty cool way to look at it. I like the confidence that like I said, that comes there in the end. What are your thoughts on this psalm tonight? And how does it affect you? How do you read into it? And just share your thoughts in the comment. And let me know how much snow you got. Let me know how the weather is where you're at. And if there's anything that we can do, let us know. We would love to help. You can visit us on our Facebook page at JasonB812 and leave us a comment on something or message over there. You can send us messages on our Facebook page or leave us a comment here. So I hope you guys have a great evening. Stay safe out there. We'll be back in the morning with a look into Proverbs. So have a great evening. Love you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.